2 weeks ago, I started taking creatine every single morning. Before that, I thought it was always just for young bodybuilders, not for someone like me or for you, anyone over 60. I was wrong. My energy in the gym, my energy overall, is just much better. It's gone up significantly. I'm lifting in the gym a little bit heavier weights. I'm doing more reps in the gym. Now again, I'm not a big bodybuilder, but it's making a difference. I'm already seeing a little bit more muscle. And besides my recovery, I'm recovering much better overall. 2 weeks, that's it. So I want to share exactly what happened and what the research says about why. And guess what? Near the end of the episode, I'm going to share something that I didn't even know, that there's something besides muscle that you can benefit from using creatine. Stay tuned for that part. It's quite interesting. Hey, I'm Steven. I'm 62 and retired. I research how to age better so you don't have to do it alone. You know, both my parents had Alzheimer's, and that changed how I think about everything. I started this channel because I don't think any of us should have to figure this out alone. So really, what is creatine? Let me tell you in some plain language. Creatine is a natural compound. Our bodies already make it. And you can get some also from eating meat. It helps your muscles and your brain to produce energy more efficiently. Most people like us over 60, we kind of have declining creatine levels. And most of us just don't know it. It's one of the most researched supplements on the planet. There's decades of safety data, and it's not a steroid, it's not a hormone, it's not a performance drug. It's really just essentially helping your cells do what they already do, but just better. Let me ask you a question. Did you think creatine was just for bodybuilders? I did too, until I looked at the research. Now, as for my morning routine, well, I guess it starts the night before. I cook my oatmeal, rolled oats, in a pressure cooker. It's a little weird because I add lentils and quinoa. I'm not sure how many people do that, but I'm giving myself a super boost of protein that way. The next morning on a timer, it's ready when I get up. Therefore, open the Instant Pot, pour it into a bowl, and from there, number one ingredient that I'm adding is my creatine. I use the Thorne Creatine. I really recommend this one, very pure. Take 1 scoop of 5 grams, add it into the oatmeal, stir it. Am I done? Well, no. I like to add another boost with some naked whey protein powder as well. And then finally for taste, I add some blueberries. I stir those in. Now, I add more than that. I'm gonna get into that in the next episode, but that's how I get my start every day. That's my consistent way of using the creatine powder. Now, some people might just want to dissolve it in a glass of water. That's fine as well. It does dissolve easily. For me, I like to add it to my oatmeal. Again, I'm using rolled oats, the Thorne Creatine. I use some naked whey protein powder, blueberries for taste. To me, it's delicious. That's how I start my day. Let's talk a little bit about muscle and strength. After 60, we start to lose muscles. Muscle loss is called sarcopenia, and we lose up to 3 to 8% per decade. That's what the research shows. I've noticed it myself for sure in the last few years. And research is showing that when you start having this sarcopenia, it's connected to falls and to frailty and a loss of independence. The research shows that creatine combined though with resistance training will significantly increase muscle mass and strength in older adults. To me, that is crucial. There are too many adults that are falling and having bone fractures. Creatine, it may help. Now, creatine alone without exercise doesn't do that much. You need both. And from my experience, lifting some weights, not to be one of these big bodybuilders, but doing some, like up to your capability, but push yourself a little bit, but use those elastic bands, take some light weights and slowly build up. The creatine, as I said earlier, will allow you to lift a little bit more than you have, even do a few extra reps. That's the benefit, one of the benefits of creatine. But now for the part that most people don't know. Creatine is not just for muscles. Your brain, it uses enormous amounts of energy, and creatine helps supply it. There's some research showing that creatine supplementation may improve memory and cognitive function in older adults. Particularly promising, I think, for people with family history of Alzheimer's like me. My parents both had it. Now, it's still emerging research, but something worth considering. It's not just for your muscles, it's for your brain. Now, I've only been on it for 2 weeks. It's too early for me to say that I've noticed any brain changes, but the research is, at least for me, compelling enough that I'm definitely continuing. I think you should think about it. Recovery and energy. Creatine helps muscles recover faster after exercise. And older adults like you and me, we do recover more slowly. I know I do. And creatine appears to narrow that gap. I've seen it already, being able to increase the intensity a little bit more in my exercise, again, just in 2 weeks. Energy levels throughout the day, not just in the gym. They seem to really improve, and they have for me. I kind of saw that, I think, after 2 or 3 days. Based on my own experience, I just felt more energetic overall. It was probably, I would say, the first thing I noticed, more than the fact that I could start to lift more weights. That came after. Energy came first. Most of us want and need more energy. That's one certain benefit that I think you will see from creatine. Now, let's be honest here. 2 weeks is a short time. I'm reporting early results, not final conclusions. Brain health benefits, the research is promising, but it's still emerging. It's too early to personally confirm. Creatine without resistance training shows minimal benefit. You have to exercise. Now, if you have kidney disease, consult your doctor first. That's standard advice for any supplement. Results will vary. My experience is mine. Yours may be different. I think I'll come back in about 3 months with an update on my channel as far as what else has happened as far as me using creatine. Let's hope that I'm still getting the same benefit, maybe even more. So really, I started taking creatine because of my family history. Both parents had Alzheimer's. I'm looking for every evidence-based tool I can find to age differently than they did. 2 weeks in, the muscle and energy results alone, that keeps me going. The brain health potential, that's an additional reason I'm committed to this long term. Now, this isn't magic. It's one piece of, I guess you'd say, a bigger picture. But for something with this much research behind it and this low a risk profile, to me, it's a no-brainer. You know, I thought creatine was for bodybuilders half my age. 2 weeks in, I was wrong, and I'm not stopping. Next episode, I'm going to share with you a little bit more about my morning breakfast. There's more, and probably a lot more, that I add to my breakfast, more than you can imagine. Not just creatine, not just protein powder. I'll share next episode, maybe a little extreme. I think it's healthy. I'll share it. Don't just age, get better. Ageproof.